Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how I curl my hair to get beachy waves. I lost some footage, I had some technical difficulties, and so I am just starting the video with this clip, but I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I blow dried my hair, and this is usually my weapon of choice. This is the one we got in hair school though, and so nobody knows how to use it because it's just so weird. So I'll do a video on this next time. I love that curling iron, but I really wanted to try a smaller one. That's a 1 1/4 inch, and so I got a 1 inch, but those curling irons are like 45 bucks, maybe 50 bucks. And I was like, if I don't like the 1 inch, like, I don't know, I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. But I just wanted to try this out, and it was $11, maybe like $11.89. My husband will laugh at me because I'm like, it was $11, and he's like, $11.89 is almost $12. But okay, well, it was $11 in my brain. So this has a better handle for non-professional use, and I can do the exact same thing with it. Actually, I ended up really liking this a lot. I didn't think this would get hot enough. I didn't really think it would work, but I was like, $11, you can't go wrong. So I ended up loving it. So I'm gonna use this today. I have it turned to 30, and I'm gonna show you how I curl my hair. You can do it on any length. So the 1 inch I feel like is very versatile, and you can use it on short and long hair and medium hair. So let's just start above my ears. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna clip it up. And so now this section I'll pull in half. It's just easier if you bring everything to the front. I'll spray this entire section real quick. And so you can tell it's getting a little bit in there, but it's not gonna be like crunchy, crusty when you start curling. But it will give it just a little bit of grit so that your curls won't just come out really like too soft that they don't hold. I feel like with most things, it's really important how you hold the tool. Just like with the braiding video that I posted, it's important how you hold the hair to braid. It just makes it easier. And so I'm gonna take this hair, and I'm sure everyone knows this, you hear it all the time, but it's just, I think it's easier to go throughout your day when you curl the front pieces away from your face so that they're not just coming in and bugging your face all day every time it moves. So these pieces I like to curl away from my face, but if you want a lot of dimension, I would curl this next piece towards your face. And then, so you're gonna take this curling iron though, you do have to be careful with it because as I'm curling, sometimes I push the button and it turns off. So just try to be mindful. If you hear that click, turn it back on. And so take it at my root, and I'm going to hold the curling iron vertical, and I'm going to roll it around. I'm going to twist my wrist. Then I'm going to bring it out and around and twist it and drag it just a little more, and then out and around and drag it just a little more, and out and around and drag it. And so you don't have to do that many twists, but I like to drag it off the ends like that because then it's not so bouncy curly. It's gonna be somewhat wavy. And so now I'm gonna split this piece in half. You just don't want too big of a piece for the size of barrel that you have. If I take a huge chunk with this little barrel, it's gonna get weird kinks in it. And so again, you take it, actually, we're gonna come forward. So instead of taking it like this, you're gonna turn the curling iron around with your thumb, hold it backwards, and twirl towards the front. Twirl a little bit, and then go under and around, twirl a little bit and under and around. And I really like this curling iron because I don't even have to move this. Most curling irons, if you do this, you're gonna have to open it just a tad to release it so that your hair is not just being pulled through it. But really, this one just glides through really nicely, so I like it. This bottom piece I'll probably go away from my face. And a girl. And then you drag off the ends. Like, you don't want to curl the ends too much or they will just be really curly. So right now it just looks like twisty, ugly pieces of hair, but it's gonna end up really pretty. So now since I've split the back, this is all the hair that I have right here on the bottom. So I don't have to worry about doing the back right now. Twist a little. I kind of like to drag it towards my face. And then twist under, drag towards your face, twist under, and then pull off. And if you have an end that's just a little too curly, just run over it real quick again. And there's nothing wrong with curly ends. If that's how you like it, that is totally fine. But if you're wanting more of just like a beachy, wavy, natural look, then straighter ends help with that. Front again, here.
But lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries, and they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand. I'll go mad for a couple grams.
Okay, so now I took my clip out. I'm gonna part right above my temples. Get my hairs in there better this time. And if you part it from the back again, you'll be able to see what pieces you did not curl.
Angels to fly.
Since I'm splitting it from the back, I like to start in the back to get that piece out of the way. So I would do this piece. I like to have the back pieces coming forward. And what I really love about this method is that you're just going down through the hair. You don't have to roll your curling iron up and just sit there and hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. You just get to go through the hair. So it feels a lot faster. And I also love it because the fact that you're starting at the root means that you can do this on any length of hair, because you can just start at the root and go down any length of hair. But if you have really short hair, you might need a smaller barrel. If you have really long hair, you might want a larger barrel.
They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her day.
And then you just don't want to touch any of these. You just want them to cool off, because if you run your fingers through them now, it's going to pull the curl out because it's still hot, so it's still forming.
Crumbling like pastries, and they scream. The worst things in life come free to us, cause we're just under the upper hand. I'll go mad for a couple grams, but she don't wanna go outside tonight.
So this hairspray that I used doesn't make my hair crispy or crunchy, but if you hate hairspray, you could always use dry shampoo to give your hair more texture, or even at the very end, you could use like a little bit of pomade and lightly put that through your ends to make them more piecey and textured. But whatever you use, just start with a little bit and then slowly add more, because if you add too much product, your hair will feel weighed down and will just feel gross all day. My hair is just naturally fine and straight, so anything that will give me some texture is awesome, and I just use whatever I'm feeling that day. Smooth the section out. That's another thing. You really want to smooth out every section. It's just easier to work with if you have clean, clear sections. So when you take a piece of hair, you don't want to curl it right away and have it tangle and get frizzy. You need to smooth out each and every piece of hair every time. Okay, I'm going to take this one towards the front, and if you're going to hold the hair down here, then the curl is going to start down here. So you want to hold it up at the root, and like I'm going to start at the root right here, pretty much on top of my head. Roll under, pull, roll under, pull towards the front, roll under, pull.
Under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grams. We don't wanna go outside tonight.
This front section into two, and instead of holding it up like this, because I want more volume back here, I don't want as much like curling volume right by my face. I'm gonna hold it down a little bit, not all the way down, not all the way up, but down, and make sure it's straight from wherever you're pulling it from. This, I'm gonna go back, pull smaller. I do like it in the front to be a little less curly, so try, start like 2 inches down, twist under, and then pull down and off. If you wanted to at this point, you could spray a little hairspray just while that's setting. And honestly, this smells so good, and I think that's what draws me to product. I don't really like product that works awesome but smells disgusting. I like product that smells good, and most of the time it works just fine. So I bought this one day. I stopped doing hair for a while. I wasn't going to the hair stores much. I was just at the store and was like, hey, I need some hairspray. I'm gonna pick this up. And everyone that I used it on was like, that smells so good, what is that? It works just as well as the salon hairspray. So don't waste your money, people. I'm gonna curl this piece forward and the rest away from my face. But again, I'm holding it up so I can get to the root. And this side doesn't need as much volume. There are more curls and they build on each other.
Loose change, banknotes, weary eye, dry throat, cool girl, no phone. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting. Crumbling like pastries, and they scream. The worst things in life come free to us, cause we're just under the upper hand. I'll go mad for a couple grams, but she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland. sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly.
So this front piece, I actually like to pull it down and curl it this way to give the front a little swoop.
Closed eye, hoping for a better life. This time,
So now I'm going to spray this side.
straight down the line.
Okay.
I like to tip my head like this and then brush out all the hair with my fingers.
Because if I'm tipping like this, my hair is going to stay like this when I spray it, just a little.
18,
Now just run your fingers through it and watch those little twisty curls come to life.
since 18, but lately her face seems slowly seen.
And then just hold the hair up where you want the volume and spray.
They scream the worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand. Go mad for a couple grams, and we don't wanna go outside tonight. In the pipe, fly to the motherland, or sell love to another man. It's too cold outside.
After you do this side, you're gonna do that in the back so that you don't have a part in the back, you know? You want it to all blend together. So this side's probably good. I'm gonna tear through it like this. And I'm going to spray down here. Sometimes I even like to take this piece like towards my face, and it will give it some volume there. It might sound like a lot, and maybe you don't need this in your hair, but even if I do this, my hair is gonna be flat.
So I'm just running my fingers through the back, and then I'm going to spray it the same way as I did in the front.
So I like to hold it up where I want it to be, and then I kind of scrunch it.
And then you can see on the left-hand side there that it's not quite as curly, and I'm going to look through the mirror and see that, and I'll probably recurl that little piece and recurl a couple other pieces that bother me. And then right here I'm doing the opposite. Now I'm looking for pieces that are a little too curly compared to the rest of the hair, and I'm just quickly running through it with my curling iron. You don't want to sit on it too long because then it will straighten it all the way out. So just quickly run through it and it will kind of wave it down. Yes, I did smooth out my bang piece already. And then right here on the bottom is a piece that I recurled. And instead of putting my fingers through it, because that piece is not holding the curl very well, I'm gonna hold the bottom and kind of push the rest of the hair up and rat it a little, and then kind of comb it through a little bit so that the curl will stay intact, but it will be separated and not just a chunk of hair that's curled. And I think that helps a lot.
Ripped gloves.
And I don't know if you can tell, but I redid some of the top curls and I've just been letting them sit. And instead of raking my fingers through them, I'm gonna just take my hand and shake my hair at the top of my head and let it loosen that way, and then lightly comb my fingers through, and that will help it not fall out again or get too frizzy. And so just like anything else, you have to practice. If it's hard at first, just keep trying, and before you'll know it, you'll have it done. So thanks for watching.